Hello, and welcome back to Roslyn. If you're watching on YouTube, this should be episode 35. So I had to call a bit of an audible with this episode after I recorded it, and it's actually really just going to be a quick one on some mining expansion. Looking forward to turning this all right here into a proper neighborhood. So I might just be jumping in and out here in my edit process to let you know what's going on. But I'm gonna get back into what I was getting into live here. See this giant mining operation I put over here back when we were trying to do some rapid industrial expansion has gone. It's a lot of the mines have started to give out. So there's not enough natural resources. If we come in here with our info views and look at our natural resources, we can see that dark blue mine ore availability has definitely started to recede through here. We can still get at some of it up here. The other option would be to bring a road up here and try to get this stuff that's right at the edge of this square. And I think I would like to try to get at as much of it as I can. So that's where we're going to start today. Hopefully this will give us a chance to install some new mines. And actually, let's just come in here and look at what the differences are. So this one is 6,500 and it does 48 a week. This one is 10,000, it does 64 a week. Same amount of trucks. That's really all we have right now, I guess. I'd like to go with these. I think I like the look of these a little better. And if it's going to increase our efficiency, we might as well take that. So it's obviously going to mess stuff up pretty good. But if I can you can see when you delete these mines, the original slope comes back in as long as you don't mess with the landscaping at all. The big thing is I want to just keep all the natural rocks over here that came with this. To run some plumbing. Let's see, we do that like right here. There's a couple more spots we want to hit here with some mines, right? Yeah. Let's see if we can get one in right here without deleting anything. And then right there. So that's two more of these I can get rid of. And then we'll need to bring a water pipe right to there. Let's see how our storage is looking. Pretty good. Go ahead and just slide that over a little bit. How does that look? Bit of garbage. Bit of garbage. We pull this back this way. And I do something like this. So obviously we need to come back through with this. I'm going to bring this over at least to there. And then maybe we can do a nice curved road right here. Yep. Oop. I'm going to come back through. We want to go straight on to here. That looks pretty hot garbage. Let's just see how this looks right here. Okay, not bad like that. Question is, can we come through like this? Do a nice curve here. It's a little rough. It's just this one corner is sort of buried here in a weird kind of way. I wonder... Yeah, it's strange that this intersection is still kind of popped up like that. If we just do this. Okay. And then we'll come back in with the dirt. There we go. Yeah, I'd rather not be exporting stuff, so let me just set this to fill. Let's go ahead and take a look at, and let's take a look at where. So we basically need a road like all the way along there. Let me try, we'll turn this down, turn these off, I'm gonna turn this off. Take angle and length, that's fine. Nope. Make sure we're saving that rock. Okay. Let's go ahead and bring this up. Weird. Okay, that's more like it. Okay. Rest it here. Kind of looking for that brown texture, I guess, is really kind of what we're looking at. Okay. Well, then I think obviously the most logical way to get up here would be over here then now. Okay. I think that'll work. These roads are only going to be used by mining trucks, so I'm not that worried about them being really nice. Okay, obviously we need to extend mining operation up here. Oh, and I did miss some spot over here, I guess. What we'll do about that is just come up here with this. Have to pull this back a little bit here, I think. So out here I would expect if there was going to be this kind of like plumbing laid out, you wouldn't necessarily see it directly under the road because that would be a little... If you need to get to it, you don't want to have to tear up the road because the road is the only way you're getting equipment and tools up here. And one more down here we can get rid of. Let's go ahead and check in on that. Okay, and how is our storage looking over here? This is quite full already. And we're bleeding money right now. I guess it's not so bad. Nothing seems to be really excessive as it is. But we do have... Oh, we're about to make... yeah, okay. This would likely be it, as we did a ton of ore imports to fill this up. Okay, so that's my bad. That was a mistake, because now these are all just going to export. I wish there was a way... Jeez, see? Okay. I guess it's time to think about how we want to start using some ore. So an ore grinding mill will output metals. The glass plant obviously has glass. Let's take a look at that. Because if I'm the mining concern here, I'm starting to look around and say, okay, well, where can I put facilities to upcycle some of my materials? I'm not seeing a lot of options. I guess this is good, right? Yeah. I can live with that. I think what I would think is the city would not want to have this right here, and so I just threw this down in another episode. I think there's probably a better place for it. We'll just stick it out here for right now, since there's not much else going on out there. Just make sure it has power, will jump, and water is in. Okay. And I guess the other thing we could do is try to bring the trams into a more central spot somewhere downtown, because that is pretty primo real estate if I'm this ore company here. Okay, but let's throw ahead and throw down. We will need like a yard for the glass here. It's definitely kind of rough there. So maybe let's just pull this. That'll be for glass. And then, what was the other thing in here? The ore grinding mill. That's got quite a range of pollution. And it will start to affect Water Tower Park a little bit from that side of the street. Out here, we could get away with it, not impacting the forestry. But again, we'd have to move our tram building, I think. So let's think about it. I mean, this seems to be the most obvious spot down here. It already hooks into trams right there, potentially. Could also send a tram road up here to factory. In terms of not taking stuff out, this is already a bunch of municipal uses here and a lot of unnecessary road space that could easily be converted. So I think let's go ahead and do it. You know, realistically in a scenario like this, you'd more likely see like buildings repurposed as opposed to what's possible here, in that we have to just pull this stuff out and then we'll puzzle piece it all back into place. Pull these roads out for now. And then let's check, what's the noise pollution on this thing like? It's pretty loud. So if we look here, those are offices, I believe, right? Yeah, so there's a row of offices there, but there are apartments not far behind. So we may want to think about some trees over here too. And so if we're looking here, I guess we gotta pull this fencing out as well. Oh my god. Why? The other thing is, these are giving me a pollution situation that will impact the trees on the side of the tram station. So maybe if we put this down here, and then we can come back through with this and say we'll bring that to there. And that's too far apparently. So do it like this. Okay, and then we should be able to grab this and slide it in right there. Like that there, okay. Bring this up. If we do... Ooh, no. It's a little loud, so back that up to there. Oh, it's so close. It just doesn't quite fit. And then throw that there. I think we could even do one more road right there. Creates a little bit of a municipal campus there, and I think we could even throw a couple more trees in. And what if we put a fence up too? Actually, we just spin this around. Oh, except I definitely should hook that up to the trams, obviously. So let's see, we want to get our tram roads here. Just bring this up the side. And then that's connected by that. Go ahead and bring it right there too. And in fact, why don't we do it like this? Just because it doesn't seem traffic is too bad here anyway, so if we just create some dedicated lanes for our trams, I think we'll be okay. That way they can get in and out of the depot unimpeded now. So this is all seems to be operating pretty smoothly here now. That's starting to fill up. If we come through with this, I think we just say the ore company is buying a bit of land off of our friends at the forestry here. Just put 2 of those down, and then of course we'll need don't know that it needs to be big though. And this will be for glass? No, sorry, I need that to be for metals. Buy them to get them a little bit of space. Makes them a little bit happier. Just slide this over here. And I'll do the same thing down on this side with one right here. It's not quite deep enough yet. There we go. There we go. And just like having these, instead of having them both face the same direction and be obviously identical assets, I like having one of them face onto that street, one onto this street, just for the aesthetics of the rotation, making it feel like a little more variety. So we're losing quite a bit of money still. What's happening with the trucks up here? So all these guys are exporting now. I really messed this up, huh? Wonder how much more storage can I put down here is the question. So if we just move this over to the other side here, we can do, yep, that'll fit. Okay. And it'll look a little garb, but it's not too bad, I guess. Oh, did that just level up? 3 stars. Info. Yeah. Okay. A lot of empty workspaces here, though, which is fine because things will pare back down. Got unemployment to 3%. We should pull our can pull this back. We'll even go with the wide sidewalks here. This part we'll say is part of the redevelopment project there. They decided to go for the wide sidewalks. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, certainly. And then this has got to be the 2-lane one-way, right? Yeah. Except, nope, I definitely should not have done all that. That still needs to be, okay. That's still our turnaround right there, obviously. Here we go. And then what that actually was then was that tram road, but I think what we can do is go ahead and turn that into one of the pedestrian streets here. Cobblestone. Yeah, we'll do that. Obviously, don't zone onto that side. Go ahead and do like... In fact, I might even just say, let's go ahead and get rid of all this. So that's just going to come in as a bookstore. So we'll keep this big bite down here on the end. We'll say, now the rest of this should be, we'll put in some outdoor seating here, I guess. That looks sort of like a fast food place, what they would have. Okay, let's back it up off of that a little bit. Because if I am correct, there is a tram stop nowhere near here. Okay. I think obviously there should be one right here. So I just got busy with other stuff while I was in the middle of shooting this episode and got distracted, and so you'll see me here moving around some tram stops a little bit, but really what I'd wanted to do this episode was develop this whole new neighborhood, but then I got distracted with the mine, and the mine required all this industrial space planning and moving around all these municipal buildings, and then that got me, pulled back into, of course, doing all kinds of municipal service work, because that's what I really love about the game. Um, but all that to say, I am planning to come back and address this residential demand we're seeing. The unemployment is really low right now, which is great because that means there's a lot of opportunity to add people and then kind of keep pace in terms of jobs with what we're adding. So I think there's a lot of opportunities there to keep expanding Roslyn. These neighborhoods over here, there's obviously a lot of space. I think we could even do some cool residential things kind of up on the side of the mountain here, maybe either a couple of really nice places or some like really sort of, out in the boonies kind of feels. It's kind of tough to do the rural thing in city skylines, but it's not impossible. So I think there's a lot of exciting challenges here, and there's a lot more to come. So thanks for tuning in. Check out the rest of the series if you haven't seen it yet, and come back again sometime. There's going to be a lot more to see.